y'all. So today I'm doing something a little bit different. I really love music, and part of the problem with some of today's, well, a lot of like the mainstream music is that the lyrics just feel a little bit gross, to be honest, some more than others. And though I've been listening to Water Star Vibes recently because my mom just kept saying have you listened to her? Have you listened to her music? Have you listened to her music? Because we listen, for those who don't know, Water Star Vibes is a YouTube channel here, and she does tarot and prophetic words and things like that, and she be hitting, you know, and so we were and she has her own deck now, you know what I'm saying? She's doing her entrepreneurial thing, and she has music as well, you know. So my mom was listening to it, and I hadn't listened to the songs before, so we had a little listening party, and she got some bangers in there. She got some bops. It's definitely a different type of sound than the mainstream. So it's kind of like when you first listen to Oshun, the group, the two girls from DC, you know, when it's very different type of music than what you hear. So it's something that you kind of have to get used to, the way that her verse flow is, and just the way that the music is. It's not the mainstream type of music, but it's brilliantly structured. And so while I was listening, I was like, okay, you know, I just listened to one more, and we ended up listening to all the songs. So then I listened to them again, and so I picked out my favorites. And you know, one thing about Two Things for Show, we definitely love a queen standing in her right, being herself, being true to herself, doing her creative thing, and you know, spreading positivity, uplifting, and using her art for good. So you know, that's what's up. So we definitely want her to win. And you know, my mom is her biggest fan, and I don't know if you know, I'm just saying, because my mom be listening to some Water Star Vibes, you know. Believe me, I'm an alien. How you doing? I'm an alien. This planet I don't fit in. How you doing? I'm an alien. Or ride the wave and fly away. Step up, don't be afraid. If you really want to ride the wave and ride the wave and fly away. First of all, you better do it, girl. I loved it. If you like it, I love it. So here are the songs that were my favorites. And kind of no particular order, but kind of in a particular order, because some of them I have stars next to, but then I just listened to Ride the Wave again, and I was like, okay, maybe it was this one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my first two that I'll start with, Money. Money, that song is a straight banger, okay? It's a banger. She Water Star Vibes is a beast, specifically on the choruses and the hooks, and the beats, oh, melodic, absolutely amazing. So my favorite things from her are her verses, oh, not the verses, sorry, the chorus. I'm not a song person, so I don't, you know, I got to think about these things. The chorus and the hooks are straight fire in the best way, you know. And I like how the beat changes, and it's very much artful. She has different layers, and you could tell she thought about this, or I think it was her who did it, but whoever created the beats and things. And I'm hearing tonality of it. I have to look that up to see what does tonality mean, but it's that. Let's see. So that means the character of a piece of music as determined by the key in which it's played, or relations between the notes of a scale or a key, the color scheme or range of tones used in a picture. Okay, well, that's what I meant to say. I was right. Yeah, so all of her production and sound quality is legit. It's lit. Whoever created this and whoever thought about how the music sounded and the levels and things really went above and beyond. So signature round of applause for whoever that person was, you know, on some real stuff. And then of course, coming up in number 2, and like I said, no particular order, but Money has a star next to it. So that's how I feel about it. This next song though is a bop as well. Ride the wave and fly away. Step up, don't be afraid if you really want to ride the wave and ride the wave and fly away. It's just so catchy. Like, I can hear it. And they really want to ride the wave, fly away. I'm effing with it. You know, she rocking and rolling. I thought it was great. And like, you know, shout out to my mom, shoot, for introducing me to this. Shout out to my mama, to my mother. Thank you to my mother, period. All right, so coming up at number 3 is comment section, okay? Because let me tell you something. One thing about doing things for show, okay? My girl, when she's like coming at your neck, like she's not like holding any bars. She's just speaking her real truth and just like, you know, calling a spade, calling a hater, you know? And that was the first time I heard that song, which was yesterday, because I was like, you know, I'm just going to listen to every song she has on iTunes or on Apple Music, whatever, and just like listen to all of them. So comment section was a bop. All right, so now we have 3 more. All right. The 4th one was called Reverse. What is this one? It was like something to a girl, introduce you to a girl named Karma, reverse, return, consender, reverse, return, consender, period. Reverse, return, consender, reverse. Like, you better pause, back up. That's my mom's song. She be singing that and singing it so loud too. But if you like it, I love it. The next one has a star next to it as well. So this is called Alive. I listened to that. I think that was the first time. But, you know, like I said, I had heard it before with my mom because we had like a little listening party, but I wasn't like paying attention to each song. Like, there was something that like stuck out, but like this time I was doing it with intentionally to make this video because I want people to listen to her music. All right. So Alive is also a bippity bop the boop as well. I put a star next to that. That one feels really good, you know, like just, I think that's the one where it's like talking about flying and just like being alive and just appreciating the moment and taking, as they say, the bull by the horns and just going full throttle, because that's what you got to do. And like, our time is now, buddies. Our time is now. So like, we're rocking and rolling and boom, 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 boom. Just like going to the goal, man. Like, ever all the BS, there's gonna be BS everywhere, but you just gotta rock it and roll it and really go like woo 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 straight towards the goal and to the finish line. Shout out to everybody who's out there doing their best, putting their creative stuff out there, giving themselves a voice and sharing their stories and their testimony and their creative arts. Like, big shout out to y'all, big shout out to us, shout out to me. Thank you to me for getting me to where I am today. Thank you to me for not quitting. Thank you to me for keep going. Thank you to you for watching and being here today and existing in your space. And thank you to Waterstar Vibes for posting this amazing artwork for us to listen to. Like, shout out to her for even deciding that she should share one of her gifts with the world. So thank you to Waterstar Vibes. And of course, thank you to my mama, to my mother. Thank you to my mother for her recommending that I listen to this. So, you know, it all worked out. Everything came together. And then the last one is I Dream. That was also a bibbity boppity boop. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that was one that I just listened to, so I don't really remember the lyrics to like sing it. But you know, like, she's on point. Waterstar Vibes is on point. Like, for real. She's on point. Y'all better go, y'all, like they said, y'all better go get you some of those what, a chicken salad, a chicken sandwich, right? You better go get you some of those, a potato salad. No, it was a chicken salad. Yeah, you better come get you one of these. What? You better go listen to Waterstar Vibes music. You better go get you on. One that's, I could say, is an honorable mention because it be in my head is Alien. How you doing? I'm an alien, and this planet I don't fit in. How you doing? I'm an alien. How you doing? I'm an alien. You know, like, that one's a bop too. That's like, but like I said, that one's not one of my favorites. And so, like I said, like, when you listen, I had to find the ones that most, you know, rock to what I'm on. And like I said, her music is different than what you're used to hearing. And I'm saying that because it's like appreciating someone's art. So when you listen to it, like, don't listen coming from like, it's 7 p.m. Friday, it's 95 degrees. You know, you're not going to get that same kind of thing. And I F with that song, so I'm not throwing shade, you know. At least, you know what I'm saying? So that's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm saying is, though, like, her art, her music is more art. It's like a creative process. It's like just, you know, it just gives like raw, but not raw in the way that it's poorly edited. Like, not that, or not raw in the way that it sounds like it was done in someone's garage. And that's not to be offensive, because, you know, do what you got to do while you're doing it. But I'm saying it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like high quality art, and that is being expressed in a form of music. That makes sense. But it also, you know, like I said, her choruses and her, what is that thing called? Hook. Those two, she getting it. She is getting it. She is getting it. And the songs themselves, like all her lyrics, there was this one song though that was getting secular. Let's just keep it a band sandwich. There was one. I think it's Shining. That one, I'm pretty sure that's the one we were both like, oh, because it kind of came out of nowhere. Like, we were already kind of like settled in, like, oh, she's on some like straight, like, yeah. And then that one came out and we're like, wait a minute, what? It kind of just like, it wasn't in a bad way, and it wasn't in a judgmental way, and it wasn't in a like, oh, she shouldn't do this. It was just in like a, oh, okay, well, that was unexpected based on the other stuff, but this is cool too, you know. And the chorus on that was a bop as well, you know. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say whatever. It was just like, oh, okay, like, oh, there is a little bit of secular in this. Okay, wait a minute. But not in a bad way. So yeah, so that. And then what else? But other than that one, all of her lyrics, I could say, feel like, all right. It gives like old Kanye. Not Kanye. Like I'm not trying to compare her as an artist, because she's an individual and he's an individual. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like that song, do you realize that you are a champion in their eyes? Yes, I did. So I packed it up and brought it back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that song. This is something to tell you how we live. That's that. So if you're gonna do it just like this. Do you realize that you are a champion? And then don't just see just how flabbergasted. Then see the time ain't the daddy. Then see what I need to tell you. When I shop so much, I can speak Italian. You know, like that's a banger, and it makes you feel good. So most of her songs, aside from that one, make you feel like that. And Kanye, I think Kanye is a genius, you know, like, let's just keep it a band sandwich. I'm not saying that I agree, because people are so, that like, you can't even say that I think someone is a genius without them coming back and saying, oh, well, what about with this thing? I didn't say I agree with everybody's decisions. I don't agree with everything I've done, to be frank. And if I could do certain things again, I would do them differently. That's called growth, evolution, and expansion. So let's growth, evolve, and expand our minds to recognize that I can recognize the genius in someone and not agree with all of their decisions. You know, then we can talk. Because Kanye's a genius. You know, and Champion was a lit song. And he has a lot of bops like that. You know what I'm saying? And so does Water Star Vibe. She got a lot of bops. She's a genius, like, flat out. She's a genius, and you know, she rocking and rolling. So I just wanted to make this video because, you know, music is a beautiful thing, and you know, we deserve to have music that helps us feel good and feel happy about ourselves, and helps us smile, and helps us, you know, like, recognize the beautiful things in this world. We're still here. We made it. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. But what I do know is also that we have a right to take full advantage of the opportunities around us. And there is like opportunities everywhere. It's like harvest season. Everywhere you look, there's some new way of doing something better than before. And I saw somewhere, and it's true, if you are a certain kind of person, there is no saturation in the market for you. Point blank, period. If you are as the Greeks say on campuses, if you are a GDI, and that means if you are a gosh darn individual, but it don't mean, it's a little bit more colorful than that. If you are a GD individual, you have something to offer. You have something to offer this world that no one else has and can. And you can literally sit in your house and display that to the world instantaneously. Now, there are some challenges with that. But the point is, like, we all have so much opportunity everywhere. There's opportunity for everything. And so just keep going, keep pushing yourself, keep accelerating and going further, farther, faster every day. And every way you become better, better and better, bigger, bigger and bigger, more and more and more successful. Because success comes from the consistency, just like compound interest. If you play with a compound interest calculator, and perhaps I'll make a video doing that just so I can really bring the point that I'm trying to bring home, is like, there's a certain amount, like if you like put in $100 or $500 or $1,000, I think it's, if I'm remembering correctly, once you got to like over $10,000, it made a difference in the end. But there's quite a large range where if you put up to a certain amount of money in at first, it's not going to make a difference in 30, 50 years from now versus someone who put a smaller amount and then added increments. So let me try to break it down as easy as possible, because if you don't know anything about compound interest, you're going to be like, what? Like I said, just play with the compound interest calculator and you'll understand what I be saying when I be saying this stuff. But let's say you put $500 in your account, and then for the next 10 years, every month you added another $50, right? Then let's say someone else is like, you know what, I'm going to add $50, but every month I'm going to put in $100. If I'm remembering correctly, the person who put the more month to month in is going to have significantly more. And even if you put a larger amount when you first started, like someone put $50 and someone put $10, if they both put $25 in a month, there's not going to be a huge difference one way or the other. You have to have like a difference of thousands of dollars to make a huge difference in the end. The difference maker is the compound interest. It's about, okay, this and putting that money in month to month to month. The more money you put in month to month to month to month to month consistently is what makes the biggest difference in the end. Doesn't matter. That's what it mean. Like, it don't matter where you started from. It don't matter where you are right now. What matters is how much effort you put in consistently to whatever it is that you are trying to do to pursue your goals. Whatever that looks like to you, that's what matters. That's what counts. It's the month you did this, the month you did that, the month, and then as you continue to do things, it compounds and it grows. If you play with the calculator and you see the difference between if you were to use a compound interest and reinvest your dividends, so reinvest the energy that you put into what you did to grow more of it and to keep growing and expanding, you'll see the huge difference versus if you reinvest your dividends and put yourself first. And I'm going to explain what that means in this context. But when you see the difference, it's astronomical versus if you just did 10 to like month after month after month after month after month and did not reinvest your dividends and did not earn that compound interest. There's a huge difference. And what does that look like in reality? In reality, that could be attributed to you once you get one idea right and you execute on that, then you get another idea and suddenly you're like, oh, wait a minute, I can do this with this thing. Oh, wait a minute, I can do this with this thing. And you can continue to grow. Your ideas compound, your ideas build off of each other, because now that you've discovered that a piece of cardboard is actually a puppet, now you can have your puppet show. Now that you have your puppet show, you can have your puppet this, you can do that. Like suddenly, like I'm speaking for myself, suddenly things start to seem different and you see new ways of using the same things that you did and that same things that you already had, but it's because you can build on the experience that you have from one situation to the other. So that's what it means to reinvest your dividends. If you do not reinvest your dividends in the reality and in your space, you'll keep learning stuff, but you won't ever apply it. It's not gonna grow, because it's like, oh well, I learned this thing and I'm just gonna sit and hope that things work out, but not putting in the action behind it. You got to put in action as well and learn from what you've done. Once you see, oh, this thing didn't work, it didn't get the result that I wanted, how can I adjust it and do better next time, versus, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna put this out anymore because I'm horrible and I suck. That wouldn't be reinvesting your dividends. So you're still going to end up with some level of success as long as you keep pursuing, even if you don't learn from what you've done. You're still going to be there. But if you can learn from what you've already done and you can establish stable foundations and continue to build and build and build upon those ideas, then you will have the results that compound interest creates. So I always be saying, like, financial literacy, understanding things about, like, specifically compound interest, and I'm sure that there's more things as well, but the more I understand about financial literacy and investing in different things like that, the more I'm understanding how the world around me operates. And Jim Rohn said that, the thought escaped me because my mind be moving and my mouth can only talk so fast to keep up with what my mind is thinking. So it went further than I could keep up with. But I just remember Jim Rohn said something along the lines, he's just big on like understanding financial literacy, and said something along the lines of that. Something along the lines of, if you learn certain things about finances, you'll learn more things about how the world operates around you as well. Something along those lines. And I think it's true. Because that whole thing about compound interest, let me tell you something. Once you play with let me try to move this because the window got the paint coming off the thing. This is fine, whatever. But once I started seeing the compound interest, I was like, oh, so what really matters is the consistency. And then I was at this meeting or whatever, and then this woman said, success is imminent, like success is guaranteed through consistency. As long as you keep going to whatever it is that you want to do, you will find success. You just have to keep going. And then Jim Rohn says that success is attracted by the person you become, and the who you become is success. And then his mentor said that your goal should be to become a millionaire, period. And he was like, like, why? And then the mentor said, because it's the person you become that becomes the millionaire. That is why you need to become a millionaire. It's not necessarily you need to become a millionaire so that you can have $1 million. You need to become a millionaire so that you can be success, so that you can be the person that becomes a millionaire. That's what he's saying. So as much as it sounds like what, if you learn about financial literacy, you will also learn about yourself, and you'll start to see the world differently. There's no other way to describe it other than that. So all that to say, let's get back to what we got this video from, is Water Star Vibes. Y'all go check her out, because her lyrics and the way she composes herself is like financial literacy. Like when I listen to Kanye, some of his songs, not all of them, I'm gonna keep it real, but some of his songs, after I listen to it, I feel creative. Like I feel energized. I feel like, okay, now I can go do the next thing. I get like downloads, as they call them. I get ideas, like stuff kind of like, oh, let me go do this. And so after listening to her songs as well, I start being like, oh, let me go be productive. Let me go get my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go record my video, because I just listened to her song to get inspired to make this video about her music. Let me go do this. Let me go do that. So her music is like a real energizing thing. And the only person I could think of that I feel like this about also is Kanye. And because also she's not, oh, and like there's other artists as well, like don't misunderstand, but like her and Kanye, like on that same level for real, because she also is true to who she is. Like she's like someone I can relate to. Like she the way she talks is like, oh, I know somebody like that. Like I'm comfortable with people that talk like that. I'm comfortable with people who ain't doormats. I'm comfortable with that. So it's something real interesting about seeing somebody that is like just like you, that is making music and, you know, doing their thing and living their life. And instead of making music about like how, you know, everybody else ain't S, and like we should all, you know, like kiss the ground that she walks on because she's so much better than everybody else, like, you know, she's the best. But she's making music like listen, like I'm on my stuff, like, you know, if you scared to do something, go ahead, baby, be yourself. Wait, let's play the I don't feel, this something, if something you something, go ahead, baby, be yourself. I'm gonna know them lyrics though. I know that's one thing about 2 things for sure. But that's what I'm saying, like she talks like people that I grew up with. And it's I never understood what people say, like, oh, see, you got to see yourself on the screen. Because I guess I just never saw myself on the screen. I never saw someone who's just unapologetically themselves. That's why I be rocking with Brother Panic so much. Because, you know, like I said, like, he just don't give a F. He just who he is. He just who he is. I just respect people that are just who they are. They're not putting on the front, not trying to do anything differently, not trying to be nobody different. Just like being themselves. I F with it. So, you know, she reminds me of that. That's how her music feels. It's like real, just authentic, real, like, okay, this is how she talks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just real what it was. And, you know, she making me talk, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you know, like, it just depends on how I'm feeling. Like, sometimes I'm like, yes, hello, yes. It just really depends. And that's honestly, authentically how I feel in that moment, you know? And then sometimes I feel like just like talking like, you know what I'm saying? Because it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that's rare. It's rare that I just feel so like comfortable that I don't have to like, oh, let me just, you know, smile and wave, boy, smile and wave. You know, but like you gotta do what you gotta do to make it, and to stay true to who you are and feel good about yourself. Like she's somebody I know she sleep good at night. She don't seem like somebody that gotta like that's sleeping but she getting the heebie-jeebies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with her. I think everybody should listen to her music, and I wish her so much success, prosperity, abundance. And you know, like she don't even need my wishes and successes and things for her. But you know, sometimes it's nice to hear. And if you're watching this, girl, I hope you comment so I can see it. I could be like, yeah, you know, my mama and me love you, girl. You know, we watching you for some years now. And now we got your music and stuff. So I got your music. All right, I'm just doing too much. Bye.